Honest, Amy, you took a beat of fury. Are you pissed?
I'm trying to be honest. I'm not pissed, no, I'm just trying to be honest.
I don't want to talk to you. I'll turn me back on you completely. I don't want to talk to you at all. Get your facts right, get off the job.
What's good, family? Shout out to my doggy DJ Saunders for sending in that A1 coin, the YB favourite coin, 20 Skrilla, no doubt. So we just heard there from your mans, John Fury. Now, people who know me know I'm not impressed whatsoever. And actually, I'm getting frustrated, truth be known, with the people in boxing in 2022, in as much as, for example, why does everyone allow John Fury to get away with these things? He's old and he ain't hard. We've all seen that now. John Fury cacked his pants when Mickey Theo stuck it right the way on him. Facts. Mickey Theo been wanting to split John Fury's cheeks. John Fury made all the excuses. Oh, I don't know, I'm not doing small people. Yes, I will fight you. No, I won't fight you. All this, that, the other. So I don't understand, for example, John Fury said something similar to David Haye. Got right in David Haye's face, started wagging his finger. David Haye's bottom lip started going. I thought, what the fuck? David Haye's a 40-year-old, got 20, 30 years on John Fury. He's an athlete, an actual real boxer, and he's flapping about John Fury, and John Fury's pressing him, and David Haye's looking nervous. I don't get it. Why is this man allowed to take liberties like that? Now, I understand Carl Frampton's half pint, but either way, I guarantee, listen, what we do know is, Carl Frampton versus John Fury, I'm taking Carl Frampton every day. So I don't understand why Carl Frampton almost seckled himself, although Carl Frampton works with BT. Now, Tyson Fury is the main big dog at BT. So maybe Carl Frampton's thinking, wait there a minute, if I want to keep my job, I best just suck it up. And that's why, by the way, just quickly, I'm going to segue. That's why people say to me, YB, why don't you want to get on TV like this? And I'm not interested, because you have to, bottom line, one way or another, yeah, you have to grab your ankles. No matter what way you look at it. For example, I've seen certain man making their moves in the industry, fair play, but you have to grab ankles. You have to gas fighters up. You have to gas people up. I can't do that. Yeah? There's no way John Fury going to wag his finger in my face like that. It's simple as that. At the best, yeah, I'm going to tell him, listen, if you're going to wag your finger, we best go outside right now. Simple as that. No wagging, let's go outside right now. And I'll raise you right there. Bottom line, that, in my opinion, Carl Frampton should have escalated that situation. Listen, John, I don't know who you're wagging your finger at, but we can go, you know what I mean? You can get it right now, 100%. Yeah? Because I'm not, I don't know, just because I'm 5 foot tall, don't mean you're going to, you know what I mean? You're not my pops. That's what you ain't. You ain't my pops, wagging your finger looking ass. I don't know who he thinks he is. It's weird. And fair enough, yes. For example, let's say John Fury had answered the Mickey Theo beef and filled Mickey Theo in. I'd say, you know what, man? End of the day, whoever wanted it could get it, and Mickey Theo got filled in. That's not the case though. And again, it's unfortunately the problem is that every time John Fury does this, he gets away with it. He wags his finger at David Haye. David Haye, oh no, I don't want to fight. Even when David Haye called out Tyson Fury to fight, I said, everyone was saying, David, I mean, John Fury called out David Haye. John Fury said, listen, I'll fight you myself. And David Haye went, oh no, I don't want to do that. What? Honestly, it's weird. So you can't even really blame John Fury. John Fury's been allowed to take these kind of liberties. And you hear all the you know what I mean? You hear all the goofers, all the gophers in the background. Oh yeah, John, yeah. It's embarrassing. Trust me, in 2022, yeah, the state of man fans is shocking. Oh yeah, John. And them same man, yeah, that was gassing John up and I mean, stroking John off, will be the same people who 10 minutes later, when they see Carl, will be saying, oh, he was out of order saying that. Do you know what I mean? It's probably man fan cats. Oh yeah, gas John up, and then 10 minutes later, you're saying to Carl, yeah, he was bang out of order, I was going to say something, you weren't going to do nothing. You're a gopher. So, like I said, ultimately, Carl Frampton, I mean, I'm not sure about his financial situation, but he should have made a stand and said, listen, I don't know who you're wagging your finger at. I don't care about this job. It's almost like he had to suck it up. He had to suck it all up. And that's what happens when you got an employer. All you can do is grab it. Yes, sir. All you can do is get them ankles ready. Yep, dust them ankles off and grabbed them. That's what I think happened here. Carl Frampton had to suck it up because he realised, listen, if I start mouthing off, or I'm not sure, maybe that wasn't the case. Maybe he wasn't thinking about his employment future. Maybe he was just shook like David Haye. Who knows? And the state of the common man in 2022, I don't know what to tell you, because I would have bet there's no way David Haye is going to allow John Fury to call him out for a fight and David Haye go missing. But yet, here we are. John Fury categorically said, David Haye, I'll fight you in the ring. And David Haye said, oh, I don't want to do that. What? And don't forget, this is the same man who got knocked out by Tony Bellend, in as much as he loves a pound note. Do you know how many pay-per-views John Fury versus David Haye would do? That would legitimately do as much as the Tony Bellend fight, in my opinion. Bottom line. So David Haye is turning down a free 4 million pound. What is it? So it's no real surprise that John Fury is getting so gassed. Now, back to the original reason why this happened. This happened because Carl Frampton gave his honest opinion on Tommy Fury. Carl Frampton said Tommy Fury is useless and Jake Paul will knock him spark out. Jake Paul has the advantage. Now I'm joking, but Carl Frampton didn't say that he's useless or didn't say that he'd not get knocked out, but Carl Frampton gave the popular opinion. And the popular opinion from people who know boxing is that Jake Paul has the edge against Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury's done nothing apart from go 50-50 with complete bums. Yeah? That's the facts. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is knocking out pound for pound #1 GOATs. That's a simple fact. I hate to break it to you. Tommy Fury is not displayed, despite fighting people who are completely useless, he hasn't displayed any knockout power. Meanwhile, Jake Paul knocking people out cold. It's simple as that. Yeah? So, anyone who knows anything about boxing knows that Tommy Fury is the underdog. Also, adding to insult, or adding to the injury against Timmy Fury, is the fact that, guess what, Timmy? You pulled out. Oops. Yeah? John Fury giving it the big one. Oh! No man! Oh! No man, a bit of Fury! Oh! Oh yes! Oh! Giving it all that. Well, no man will beat a Fury if he turns up. Oops. Yeah? Genuinely, I wouldn't mind so much. Let's say, for example, everything is the way it is and Jake Paul was the one to have pulled out. I'd get that. Yeah, I'd get John Fury's frustration. Carl Frampton, why are you... Yeah, Jake Paul may have the better resume than we have, but end of the day, when it came to the fight, we wanted it and he pulled out. I'd get that. And I'd actually justify John Fury's actions here. I'd get the frustration. I'd get why John Fury's getting pissed off. Carl Frampton, why are you gassing about how good Jake Paul is when we wanted to fight and settle this once and for all and he went flapping? But that's not the case. Oops. Your man Timmy, big hard man. Big hard, never, you know what I mean? I'm so hard. Yeah? Mr. Timmy, Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee. What's that? That saying from Snatch's joke. Yeah, Timmy, I'm hard, Bruce Lee. Timmy, Timmy, Muhammad Ali. Now, what was it? He goes, my name's Bruce, my name's Mr. Ahmad. Mr. Muhammad Ahmad. Mr. Muhammad Ahmad Bruce Lee. That bar's too joke. My name's Mr. Ahmad Muhammad Bruce Lee or something. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, listen. That's what Timmy going on about. Yeah, Timmy think his name is Mr. Ahmad Muhammad Lee. Yeah, one of them ones. Thinks it's all the hardest men rolled into one. But guess what? What happened when Mr. Ahmad Muhammad Bruce Lee came to turning up against a YouTuber? Oh, he went flapping. And we all saw it. That video Timmy Fury put out, highly edited. I'm sick. I've been doing too much modelling. I've been doing, you know what I mean? My cheeks have been getting clapped by too many Love Island ITV executives to get onto the next season. Yeah? Now again, I got all, honestly, I have all the, what's the word? I have all the sympathies for the fact that Timmy Fury's cheeks may have been sore from all the ITV executives that have been busting them cheeks so that he can get... I mean, Timmy Fury looking to extend onto the season 2 of Love Island. Yeah? And we know them shows aren't easy to get on. Them ankles will be grabbed and some next zesty executive will be running up all the way up in your guts. You know what I mean? What, you thought... Oh, what? You man thought that them spots, them coveted spots on Love Island are free. You best be joking. Yeah, they take them cheeks. The Capaldons, they run all the way up in that backside of yours. So I get that. 100%. I understand why Timmy. Yeah, I understand why Timmy's sore, but that's on him. Didn't no one ask you to beg to be on the next season of Love Island, did they? In the day. So it's not Carl Frampton's fault that you flapped. Number one, it's not Carl Frampton's fault that you flapped. Number two, it's not Carl Frampton's fault that your combined record and resume is 10 and 200. That's the facts, people. So any Timmy Fury fans out there, I'm just telling you the facts. And the worst thing is, look at the comment section of the video. All the goofies, oh wow, John Fury is so hard. Yeah, John Fury is absolutely right. I'm a Fury Man fan. And I'm a Team Fury Man fan. And yeah, Timmy Fury is the hardest thing going since sliced bread. And yeah, anyone, this is the thing as well. I've noticed that whatever John Fury says, John Fury's man fans will then say, oh yeah, John Fury, yeah, if John Fury says it, it must be true. Yeah, anyone, one of their favourite sayings is, oh yeah, all true boxing people know, any true boxing people know, Timmy Fury is the real deal compared to Jake Paul. Let me tell you now, anyone with a brain knows that that fight, at best, for Timmy is 50-50. Facts. That's the honest truth. The honest truth is, at best, if you are the #1 Timmy Fury fan, at best, it's 50-50 for Timmy Fury. He's useless. In reality, the fight's 70-30 in Jake Paul's favour. That's the reality of the situation here. Especially when you factor in all the other things. So yeah. Anyway, it was majorly disrespectful. A lot of people have been saying, oh, it's completely out of order that John Fury would show so much of a lack of respect to someone in boxing. And also people were saying things like, well, Carl Frampton's a world champion and he knows more than John Fury about boxing. And I 100% agree. However, for me it works both ways. In as much as, if you're some big boxing guy, like Carl Frampton is, you've got to carry that. Yeah? You can't be getting sunned like that. Ain't no man wagging his finger in my face like that. And I'm not saying that I'm going to I'm not saying I'm going to touch and bang off that finger wag, but for me, I feel like there'd have to be some sort of escalation. Not physically, but I'd have to tell John, listen, John, if you know what I mean, if it's going to be one of them finger wagging ones, we best just go outside right now, 100%. So at least it shows balance on the camera. At least it shows that there's no punking going on. Because the way that Carl Frampton can't do this, John Fury turned his back. That's what parents do to naughty kids. Turn their back. You know, on the naughty step for you, don't talk to me anymore. I don't want to hear your voice for 20 minutes. Turn your back. Yeah? And Carl Frampton just kind of sucked it up and walked off. It was a beater look. So, there's a number of things going on here. Ultimately, John Fury's in the wrong. But Carl Frampton should have, well, we know why he couldn't say anything, but again, end of the day, what can we do? Yeah, if you want to be employed, I guess that's the risk. So in a way, from that point of view, Carl Frampton was happy to pull the party line for that BT check. That's what this comes down to. Carl Frampton sold out his pride, his ego, his male life force. He sold that out for a BT check. That's what this comes down to. The BT check was more important to Carl Frampton than his own pride. Which really sums up the state of 2022. Most men will grab them ankles for a check. Yeah, most men, them ankles are getting grabbed for the coin. Simple as that. And ultimately, John Fury's behaviour will continue in this manner of disrespect and punking as long as it's allowed to continue. As soon as someone steps up, John Fury for me comes across as, yeah, he has some good qualities, like all people do, but for me it's this whole bully vibe, and he gets carried away, yeah. You can't even really blame John Fury. Like I said, he's been allowed to get away with this. Combine the fact he's been allowed to get away with it. I mean, John Fury's been catching dubs over David Haye for how long? That goes to a man's head, especially someone like John Fury, who already thinks it's hard. And this will continue until someone makes a stand. Because for me, John Fury gives me bully vibes. He's good at woofing. I reckon if someone stuck it on him, I'm not sure he won it like that. But we've seen it. If John Fury was that hard, why didn't the Mickey Theo thing happen? I don't get that. That's what John Fury man fans need to answer. If he's that hard, why didn't it happen? Because for me, yeah, I'm nowhere near as hard as John Fury, but why is it no one in my DMs? Yeah? Mickey Theo was in John Fury's DMs. John Fury made all the excuses. Oh, this, that, the other. And the worst thing is, John Fury even acknowledged it. He acknowledged the beef was there, and then backtracked. Oops. Said he didn't want it. Oh, it's not big enough. I want Mike Tyson. What? You got knocked out by the Black Skellington and Team Lighty. Yeah, they both had to go on your chin, on your whiskers. Had you looking down? I mean, have a look. Had you looking down, all stiff looking, nutting all over yourself, busting all over yourself, 100%. That's how the Black Skellington had you. 100%. The Black Skellington had your man John Fury rendered cold, stiff as a board. Yeah, abdominals all clenching from the nut he was busting. That's how the Black Skellington had left you. So, and that was in your prime as well, when you had a full barnet of hair. So don't give me that, you know what I mean? Don't give me all that woof about what you can do. And really, people say, why but John gone to jail? If you actually look into John Fury's jail case, John Fury attacked a man who was about 5 foot. Which again, I reckon John Fury is one of them ones, yeah, who's hard when... I reckon John Fury probably had about 10 men around him, and the guy was 5 foot tall. That's the kind of hard John Fury is, in my opinion. John Fury is hard when there's a whole bunch of people around, and the odds are in his favour, and etc, etc. Is John Fury hard when it's not a certain... when it's, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, the evidence doesn't support that, because Mickey Theo made John Fury feel nervous. If he didn't, John Fury would have been... Don't forget, people, John Fury been telling us he a bare-knuckle man, he this, he that. Well, if that's the case, why not go into the ring and show us your legal skills? People were saying, oh, YB, John Fury don't want to go back to jail. Having a legal fight don't mean you're going back to jail. Stop using that red herring thing. Yeah? John Fury was scared of being put out cold again. That's what it was, people. John Fury good at talking and not a lot else, truth be known. And that's the facts. And it's a shame that no one wants to really call this out, apart from Mickey Theo. He's the only one. Which is making, to be honest, a lot of you boxing heads. I feel like, to be quite frank, Carl Frampton needs to come out and put a statement out. Listen, John Fury, I've heard the YB's video, and he's right. I'm not having this. Me and you need to have a straightener. Yeah? Come down to my gym anytime in the next month, and me and you going to get it on. Doesn't have to be a real fight, but some sort of sparring. That's what I feel needs to be. That's what I feel Carl Frampton needs to escalate this now. Because the way he got done was like a naughty child. As simple as that. Now, again, Carl Frampton, are you 5 foot? That's the way John Fury treated you like a 5 foot 11-year-old. A naughty 5 foot 11-year-old. Is that who you are? Because if you are, be quiet, innit? Carry on doing what you're doing. But if you're not, you need to escalate this and say, listen, John. Yeah. I've heard the YB's video and I'm not having this. You need to come down to my gym. I'm airing you out. And you're going to get it. And we're going to see, you know what I mean? We're going to see who doing the finger wagging. That's what Carl Frampton needs to do right now. And the chances are, John Fury ain't going to reply. John Fury going to go missing again. And that's what will get the balance of power back. You understand? And John Fury, I believe, if Carl Frampton airs out John Fury publicly, John Fury will think twice about doing that again. But unfortunately, when John Fury is able to get off on David Haye and get off on Carl Frampton, why wouldn't he carry on doing it? Yeah? That's what bullies do. They just get off over everyone they can.